YouTube, it's one of these again. Yeah, these are the Grant 1985, we think. I can't remember what the number was. Obviously I've got the bass and the silver version of this. This I got in a trade. I'm just about to go over to Scott's, so there should probably be a Saturday at Scott's video tomorrow night on Saturday. Okay, I'm lying, we do actually do them during the week and then I come home and edit them. Well, I don't really edit, let's be honest. I cut them into bite-sized chunks. So this one kind of, as I said, I got it at a trade, so I didn't actually buy it. I actually did quite well out it. It was a Granger amp that I had, a valve amp, which is the same as an Epiphone one. It was a 2x12, and this thing was so heavy. I mean, it literally had its own gravity field. It was, if you go back a good couple of years, I think when I still had the Daegu actually, I used to have it there, and it was just so bloody heavy. I mean, sometimes you put wheels on an amp. This thing, you wanted to put a forklift on it. It was ridiculous. And the guy who wanted to buy it, he's like, yeah, I've got this Grant guitar. I've seen you with one, and I know you really like it. It's like, I think it was the sort of thing he kind of wanted me to have the guitar rather than that he really wanted the amp that much. And I'm kind of in that situation as well. I want this to go to somebody who's going to appreciate what it is. So I'm going to... Well, Scott gave the silver one 8 out of 10. I was really impressed with it, and he doesn't need any more guitars. But I'm going to take it over and maybe not try and sell him, but see if he wants to swap it for something. I don't really want to swap it for anything. It's an annoying one. It's that difficulty when you've got a guitar that's far, far better than what it's worth. It's what this is, basically. My idea, ideally, I would like to see if I could get the money for this to cover what I just paid for that. That'd be great. Because there's something about having two guitars that are exactly the same but different colours. They're not exactly the same. And neither are the Washburn Wings or the Hawkson. I've always got some sort of justification that this guitar does something that guitar doesn't do. And basically all this guitar does that the silver one doesn't do is be red, and vice versa, because it's basically exactly the same. And I can attest for the quality of build, because it feels exactly the same pretty much. This one does have the most ridiculous neck on it though. It's got all the different types of grain you can get in a piece of maple. It's a 3-piece neck. It's got ridiculous bird's eye on this top bit, which is the bit that you see when you're playing it. It's got the sort of wavy stuff here. It's got those silly faces I was talking about here, and here it's a kind of mental one. So old strings, and this is clearly before I got the fret crowning file. So the frets are crowned by hand. I just learned how to do it by hand, just with a file. Yes, it can be done. You don't need a fret crowning file to crown the frets. It's just, and they work fine. They just don't look quite. They're not quite round. Mine are a bit more sides with a sort of flat top, which isn't really ideal. But I mean, I don't notice the difference. So just a quick video. Right. It's probably just that dodgy lead. Doesn't seem very loud, does it? just one pickup. It does have a coil split on it. To learn some more scales in. Actually tapping the wrong string. Singing. pianic jazz. Sure, that's Iron Maiden. Yeah, so, note my quite clever use of, I remember one of the first things I learnt off Paul Gilbert was, do you want to be shown off on the guitar? See that pretty clever use of the volume controller at the end, so. See that? So rather than being kill it. It's actually a really good position for the volume control of this guitar. Sounds like a silly thing. Lots of people complain about that in Strats actually, that the volume control is too difficult to reach. This one's nice. You are a little bit slightly hampered by the switch, but not really, because you're being pretty inaccurate if you hit that. But it's exactly where you'd expect it to be. Exactly where I'd want it. That's a really nice volume control as well. It's really smooth. Yeah, so I'm going to go over to Scott. I'm going to give it a dust first. He's a thing about dusty guitars. Where is my... There it is there. My actually relatively expensive dial paintbrush, which I use for dusting stuff. I might not even go for the bother of cleaning it. It's a bit manky. So as I said, my plan was on Wednesday night. I was in the studio with the black. Don't put one of these roto sound straps on one of these. Was in the studio with the Black Sabbath band using that bass there. I actually came to a bit of a revelation. I think I don't want new strings or good strings for Sabbath, because I was using that bass there, which is ultimately pretty much exactly the same. Both Japanese, both 1980, mid 80, that's like 83 or 84 or something. That's like 85. Similar, basically similar build. I think it's exactly the same pickup, but that's got new strings on it, so it's got a sort of dunk thing going, which that's just, and it's like, I think that's kind of what you need for Sabbath. So I took in the two guitars, that and the silver version of this, and I was talking to Craig about it. The guitarist was like, "But yeah, we'll do a wee video, and I'll set up the GoPro, and we'll start, as a sort of, hello YouTube, introduce the new drummer, blah blah blah." I just kind of forgot about it. Or the battery ran out in the GoPro, and we've currently got too many songs to get through in one session. So not that we play for 3 hours, but we're kind of bringing in new songs because we've got a new guy playing the drums. Rather than just him learning how to play the songs that we already play, I figured we'll might as well make some ones that we've got to learn as well, so we can learn together. So we're now doing Sweet Leaf, even though we forgot to do it in the studio. It's like quite a hard one, Sweet Leaf. It's to try and keep it slow. We're trying to get really, really trudgy. It's and we're really noticing there's quite a lot of bits that Rob, our last drummer, love you Rob, used to put in wee help bits. It's like, so it's like the bits in the album where it's like even at the end of Black Sabbath kind of goes da 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 da. Well, it doesn't actually go. dun 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 dun. So the new drummer doesn't do that. So it's like dun 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 2, 3, 4, 5 dun 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 dun. I've never had to count that before. So it's like there was just like silence and going dun 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 dun. Little things like that. Didn't really realise what the previous drummer was doing. So hopefully over to Scott's. I'm taking over. Pal Andrew Lennon gave me this wireless thing, which I completely forgot about. To be honest, it's been sitting there on top of my records for 2 years. Never even plugged it in. So it's a lapel mic. So I'm going to take it over to Scott's, see if we can make it work, and I might actually be able to use that. I don't know how much use it would be. I wonder, can I? There's a mic input in the front of my computer. I wonder if I can like hard pan it so that I've got the lapel mic, radio mic'd up, being proper pro, and then have like that mic more on the amps, so it's maybe bit. I don't know. I just kind of didn't want to go into the whole having an audio interface thing because of the problems it incurs. I kind of like the idea of just having a mic there and see. When I'm not playing, when I want to talk, I'll just turn the guitar off and talk. And then when I want to play, I'll either just shout over the top of it. It was all part of the idea when I started this off was to... I was fed up seeing YouTube videos with a couple of reasons. One of them was I was trying to see like a wee amp, and it was like mic'd up going through Pro Tools and stuff, and it's like, but what does the amp actually sound like? It's like, oh look, I've got it through here, and it's like, I've just got all these effects on, and it's like... Whereas I want to hear what it sounds like if I've just got the guitar. I mean, just now I'm plugged into the Orange TC30. I've got a rat pedal on, that's it, and the mic's there, and the speaker's there, and that's that. So that's what it sounds like in here. Any added effects are purely just down to bad room echo and stuff. Although I think there is an element of you can get reverb from, see when I hit an A. All the A strings that are still in tune on the wall will be vibrating a little bit.